Imagine stepping outside at night and looking up, but instead of one moon, you see two glowing moons hanging in the sky, one bright and familiar, and another, slightly smaller, moving differently, creating strange shadows across the earth. Sounds beautiful, right? Well, scientists say it would also be terrifying. Today, we're going to explore what would really happen if Earth had a second moon, and the truth might just surprise you. So stick around because things are about to get cosmic. At first, everything seems magical. The night skies are brighter, almost glowing. Shadows overlap, creating a surreal, dreamlike landscape. Imagine two moons rising together over the horizon. It would look like a scene straight out of a fantasy movie. Social media would absolutely explode with breathtaking photos and time lapses. Millions of people would stay awake all night just to witness a double moon eclipse, that rare, spectacular moment when one moon passes in front of the other. Super tides would crash into our coastlines. Major coastal cities like Karachi, Mumbai, and New York would face devastating floods, not once in a lifetime, but every single month. Fishing industries would collapse as the tidal patterns they rely on are completely broken. Marine life, from turtles to fish, would get hopelessly confused because their entire life cycle, their very instincts, depend on the familiar rhythm of our one moon. And believe it or not, that's just the beginning of the problems. Now let's talk about time itself. With two moons pulling on our planet from different directions, Earth would be caught in a constant gravitational tug of war. This relentless pulling would slowly but surely make our planet spin faster. A day might no longer be 24 hours. Instead, it could shrink to 23 or even less. Imagine that. You'd have to sleep less, work faster, and our entire calendar system would need a complete overhaul. The very concept of a day, a week, a month, it would all change. The second moon wouldn't just be in our sky. It would fundamentally alter the way we experience time and the sky. It would become a stage for the most bizarre and beautiful phenomena. We already mentioned double moon eclipses, but think about the shadows. With two light sources in the sky, you'd have two shadows constantly overlapping and moving. Nights would become so bright that most of the stars would simply vanish, washed out by the combined moonlight. On nights with two full moons, the sky would glow with a brilliant silver light, turning midnight into a strange, ethereal twilight. But this would be disastrous for nocturnal animals. Creatures like owls, bats, and wolves, which depend on darkness to hunt and survive, would have their natural rhythms completely disrupted. Their world would be turned upside down. This brings us to the climate. Two moons means a stronger, more complex gravitational pull on our planet. This could be enough to slightly change the tilt of Earth's axis. Now, even a tiny shift in our planet's tilt would have massive consequences. It could completely scramble our seasons. Winters could become much harsher and longer in some places, while summers could become unbearably hot and prolonged in others. We would likely see a dramatic increase in the frequency and intensity of storms, cyclones, and other extreme weather events. Our planet's climate, which is already delicate, would be thrown into a state of total chaos. It would become dangerously unpredictable. So, how would human life change? Well, it wouldn't be all bad, at least at first. Farmers might actually benefit from more moonlight as it could help certain crops grow. Our cities at night would look stunning, like glowing silver landscapes from a sci-fi film. But our culture would face some strange challenges. Our calendars would need to be redesigned to account for two separate lunar cycles. Imagine religious festivals tied to the moon. Would there be two-eyed moons? Two Ramadans in a single year? It would create incredible confusion. Our traditions, our festivals, and our entire cultural history, which have been shaped by one moon for thousands of years, would have to evolve. But now we have to talk about the worst case scenario, a moon collision. There's a very good reason Earth naturally has only one stable moon. If we had two, their orbits might not be stable forever. They could slowly drift closer and closer over millions of years until they cross paths. If the two moons were to collide, the explosion would be one of the most terrifying events imaginable. It would be visible from Earth as a massive, blinding fireball in the sky. The real danger would come afterward, debris from the collision, a cloud of rock and dust would rain down on Earth for years, even centuries. Our planet would be bombarded by thousands of mini asteroids, creating impact craters all over the surface. Some scientists believe an event like this could be powerful enough to trigger a mass extinction, wiping out a huge portion of life on Earth. So, with all these challenges, could humans survive? The answer is probably yes. We are an incredibly adaptable species. Life would find a way to carry on. But the Earth we know, this relatively peaceful and stable planet, would be gone. In its place would be a world that is dramatic, unstable, and in a constant state of flux. It would be a planet of breathtaking beauty and terrifying danger, all at the same time. So, what if Earth had a second moon? It's a beautiful thought, but the reality would be far more dangerous than we can imagine. One moon seems to be the perfect number for us. Now I want to hear from you. Tell me in the comments, would you risk it all for a two-moon sky, or is one moon enough? Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more amazing universe mysteries.